I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now.
And makes him a guy that's one of the most complete.
Man, I think that guy's so unusual.
Yeah.
His style's so unusual, and his like patience.
Yes.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis is the scariest boxer today, known for his explosive power, lightning-fast speed, and pinpoint precision. He patiently waits for openings before delivering devastating knockouts that leave opponents helpless. His elite defense, agility, and adaptability make him nearly unstoppable.
He reminds me of the old-time janitors, the superintendents in the big buildings, those big buildings, and they had a big brass key ring about this big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
You're great with the analogies. I love it. I love the analogies.
And he finds the right key.
He does.
He doesn't walk into a room and like, bang, oh my God, I should open that door. And a lot of guys do. Romero walked into that room. Garcia walked into that room,
While his unmatched confidence and killer instincts solidify his dominance in the ring. Legendary trainer Teddy Atlas believes Davis is the most complete fighter in boxing today, praising his ability to box, punch, and adapt to any opponent's style. With a light power, speed, defense, and a high ring IQ, Tank possesses every skill needed to dominate the sport and remain the most dangerous fighter in boxing. Joe Rogan has never been one to hold back his opinions.
Gervonta fan. I think that guy's so unusual.
Yeah.
His style's so unusual, and his like patience.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Leo Santa Cruz fight was really something for me because Leo Santa Cruz is a technician. He's great, Mexican style, but he's also a technician. And that fight was very close before Tank stopped him.
Yeah.
But he has that power that can end it.
But he finds these openings and he sees them, but he doesn't go after them right away. He waits for the right time. He's so patient.
Right.
Like when you watch the early rounds of his fights, he's like at a world champions that are competing today at the highest level. He probably has the lowest punch count in the early rounds.
Yeah.
Because he just wait, but he also knows he's got that nuclear option that if he can fucking crack you, most likely he's.
And when it comes to Gervonta "Tank" Davis, he has nothing but high praise. Rogan highlights Davis's patience and precision in the ring, calling him one of the most calculated fighters in the sport today. Unlike many aggressive punchers who throw wild shots in the early rounds, Davis is known for his ability to remain composed.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because at the end, that Pitbull Cruz fight, it's like that was very close. Pitbull Cruz is a tough guy, Mexican, just staying in the pocket with him. You know what I mean? So it's like a Deontay Wilder thing where it's like you're just waiting on that one punch, but it's like you can't lose every round up to that either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like you don't know whether someone's ever going to be able to figure that out, or whether or not he's just going to keep cracking people.
Yeah.
So it's part of the fun of watching it. I've talked to a lot of like real boxing purists. It's like you can't rely on that style.
Right.
He's got to.
Studying his opponent carefully before striking with devastating accuracy. One of the things that Rogan admires most about Davis is his ability to control the pace of a fight. Instead of rushing forward recklessly, Tank takes his time, making every punch count. In the early rounds, he often throws fewer punches than his opponents, but this isn't due to hesitation, it's strategy.
Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. He's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
There we go. I don't know.
Thank you. He's analyzing every move, looking for weaknesses, and waiting for the perfect moment to land his explosive power shots. This calculated approach is what separates him from other knockout artists who rely solely on aggression. Rogan also acknowledges what he calls Davis's nuclear option, his devastating knockout power. This power isn't just about brute strength. It's the combination of speed, technique, and timing that makes Tank such a dangerous fighter, knowing that he can end a fight with a single punch.
Now his mouth a little different, you know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of character when it comes to the mouth. Yeah. Because that's where he's from. But he's really one of the pound for pound, the best ones of the coop. And I'm gonna tell you why he's the best one of the coop to me. He can punch, but he also can box. You understand me? Some that can box can't punch. Some that can punch can't box. He can box, he can punch, he can move laterally, he can do it left side, right side, he can do whatever he needs to do as a southpaw to get the job done. And that's saying a lot, because not many guys can do that today.
Punch gives Davis immense confidence inside the ring. Even when he appears to be behind on the scorecards, he remains patient, knowing that one well-placed shot can change everything in an instant. But Joe Rogan isn't the only one impressed by Davis.
Like day one in the camp, I start running probably like, it's different times. I might don't feel like running in the morning, I might run at night. It all depends what fit you. Like, I run in the morning, if I don't, I run at night. Train probably like 2 or 3. If I want to do something again, I train at night. Or I run, and that'll be it. But when I'm in camp, I really don't go outside. Like, it's hard.
Boxing legend Mike Tyson has also showered the young champion with praise, calling him probably the greatest fighter around. Tyson, one of the most feared heavyweights of all time, sees a lot of himself in Davis. Both fighters share relentless aggression, an explosive knockout ability, and a killer instinct that makes them terrifying opponents. Like Tyson in his prime, Davis has an aura of intimidation that affects his opponents before the fight even begins. When he steps into the ring, his presence alone creates fear. Fighters know that at any moment, one punch could put them to sleep. This psychological advantage, combined with his raw talent, makes him one of the most dangerous men in the sport today. Davis's dominance isn't just about power, it's about his complete skill set. Many boxing analysts, including Roy Jones Jr., have pointed out that Davis is one of the most well-rounded fighters in the modern era. Jones, a former multi-division world champion and one of the most skilled fighters of his generation, recognizes the rare talent that Davis possesses. According to Jones, there are very few fighters today who bring the full package to the ring the way Davis does. Tank isn't just a power puncher. He's a boxer with elite-level skills. His footwork allows him to control distance. His head movement makes him difficult to hit, and his counterpunching ability is exceptional. He can fight moving forward, cutting off the ring and applying pressure, or he can fight off the back foot, making his opponents pay for their mistakes. This adaptability makes him a nightmare for any fighter trying to find a weakness in his game. Davis's ability to execute a flawless game plan is another factor that sets him apart. He doesn't just rely on his natural gifts. He studies his opponents and adjusts accordingly. Whether he's fighting a slick counterpuncher, an aggressive brawler, or a defensive technician, Davis always finds a way to break them down. Some critics argue that Davis has yet to face the toughest challenges available in his division, but his performances against top-tier opponents speak for themselves. Every time he steps into the ring, he proves why he's considered one of the best. His knockout victories over elite fighters showcase his ability to rise to the occasion and deliver spectacular finishes. As Davis continues his career, the comparisons to boxing legends like Tyson and Jones will only grow. He has already cemented himself as one of the most exciting fighters in the sport, but his journey is far from over. With each fight, he continues to improve, refining his skills and proving that he is more than just a knockout artist. He's a complete fighter.